Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media if you would like. Links are in the description below. I've also posted a link to the Marvel fan site that'll have plot synopsis and character bios for this issue. Marvel Team Up number 63 featuring Spider-Man and Iron Fist. We are continuing our run covering the Chris Claremont John Byrne issues prior to John Byrne taking over with along with Claremont or Claremont continuing on the Uncanny X-Men. I do have a Spider-Man playlist, and this is where this is located. Feel free to check it out for any that you may have missed. I started with Yellow Jacket, then I believe it was the Wasp, the Human Torch, Miss Marvel, and now we've got Iron Fist here. So we got this cover here, and you can see Spider-Man saying, "Steel Serpent, drop him or I'll." And then Steel Serpent says, "It's too late, Spider-Man. I've stolen Iron Fist's power, and now I'm taking his life." Now, for those of you with keen eyes, you'll notice that even if this is very early in Byrne's career, this is not him. This is not his cover art. This is actually done by Dave Cockrum. So, and you can definitely recognize Cockrum in his art here. So, yeah, Cockrum was sort of the guy before John Byrne ended up completely taking over, and just John Byrne is incredible. So all right. So prior to I think doing Marvel Team Up, Claremont and Byrne were doing Iron Fist, which I think after I'm done covering the Marvel Team Ups, I'll go into the Iron Fist for Byrne and Claremont. You know, um, it's kind of sad that these two sort of after having such a good working relationship just could not make X-Men work. I just wonder where we could have gone, but we got to see Byrne doing Fantastic Four. And who knows if Byrne doesn't go on his own, maybe he doesn't do some of this other stuff. So Byrne, even though it's this artist, he is just the penciler. Dave Hunt here is the inker. So we got Iron Fist here, and then of course you've got Claremont isms here. Real quick, I like how he uses author instead of writer. That's pretty cool. So, so Iron Fist yells "Kai," and so Claremont continues here. And once upon a time, you were the living weapon, the finest martial artist in the fabled city of Kunlun and on Earth. That has changed. Great pose here of Iron Fist kind of charging here at us with a kick. It's been 2 years since you chose to leave Kunlun for Earth, and in that time, the fine edge of your skill has been blunted. You've neglected your training, the honing of mind and spirit that complements that of the body, and you've paid the price. So you've played the hermit these past weeks, pushing yourself hard, seeking to regain what's been lost. And you can see here Iron Fist with his thoughts here. Good attack, but I've done better. Timing still a hair off. That's no problem against a normal foe or even most supervillains, but against a supreme martial artist, that hair is the difference between life and death. And you can see here, whoo, and yeah. And if the man who ambushed me in these past months is who I think it is, he's the most dangerous foe I've ever faced. And says here, Iron Fists 14 and 15. But why? He continues to ask, and you can see Byrne's already superb pencils, even though it's early on here. So again, but why? We parted as friends. Why does he seek my life? For that matter, how did he get to Earth? Kunlun won't appear in the Himalayas for years, and when it last materialized, only I left. And so, as Iron Fist keeps training here, he continues his thinking here. No good. My mind's going around in circles. I'm too close to the problems. I talked to Misty if she were here, but she's still on her undercover assignment for DA Tower. I trust only one other person in the world, Colleen Wing, and she's out of town as well. And suddenly you hear this bing bong. Wait a minute, I must be losing my grip. If Colleen can't come to me, I'll go to, the front door, but I'm not expecting anyone. And so it says here, you grab a change of clothes as you head upstairs from the gym while at the door. Not your usual sort of photo job, but with the rent due, who was I to argue when Robbie Robertson offered me this assignment? And Iron Fist opens the door and he says, "Oh, hi, I'm Peter Parker, Daily Bugle. My paper's doing a photo spread on the Rand House. I have an appointment." And Danny Rand says, happens to be Iron Fist, in case you didn't realize that. Right, it must have slipped my mind. Come in, Mr. Parker. I'm Danny Rand. I'm sorry about the mess. I've been preoccupied lately. And he says, "What's this? A parchment scroll?" And Peter says, "I found it stuck in your door, probably under a fancy supermarket flyer." And Peter's like, "I don't believe this. This room is bigger than my whole apartment." So real quick, even early on, John Byrne and his backgrounds, and the dude is a master background draftsman. Absolutely wonderful here. And Iron Fist says, "I see. Make yourself comfortable." And he thinks here, supermarket flyer. I only wish it were. This is a formal channel. Daniel Rand Kai called Iron Fist. Under the laws and tradition of Kunlun, I challenge you in to single combat unto death. Signed, Steel Serpent. And Iron Fist continues thinking, why the false name? Is he afraid, ashamed to face me as himself? The name doesn't matter. Young Dragon, only the man who's ambushed you twice and beaten you both times here. And you can see here kind of the fist coming through. This is pretty good, even for early John Byrne here. And Iron Fist continues here. By somehow drawing my chi, my life force out of me like a vampire, drawing blood. If I refuse this challenge, I'll be branded a coward. But if I accept it, I may very well die. And you can see here, the color doesn't make it too obvious, but the guy's holding him here on his back here. So, and you can see he crumples up the paper here, and Iron Fist says, "Mr. Parker, I'm sorry. I just remembered another appointment. You'll have to postpone our session." And Peter says, "No problem. Anything wrong? If there is, I'd like to help." And Iron Fist says, "No, everything is fine. But thanks for the offer. Anytime, and call me Pete, okay? Each time you call me Mr. Parker, I look for someone else," he says. "You know, I know what you mean. I'm Danny. Be seeing you, pal." You can see the spider sense is tingling for him here. So, all right. And so you can see Peter jumping up here, and he says, "Something's wrong." When Danny read that parchment, he looked like he'd just been hit by a brick. And that sudden appointment line was a little too convenient to be true. And you can see Peter's out looking. There he goes. There's a lot more to that guy than meets the eyes. And so you can see him tossing a spider tracer here. He moves like a trained athlete, and his hands, they're rough, calloused like a fighter. This could be nothing, in which case I'm wasting both a spider tracer and my time. But if it's trouble, I have a feeling that kid's gonna need all the help he can get. Of course, with luck, I'll start out by losing the uh, I'm so sorry. First sludge. For let's see. Sludgener taxi in traffic. Oh, what a word! Goodness gracious. So, this is the old style of doing the webbing prior to Todd McFarlane. This is how just about everybody did a Spider-Man's webbing. So Spider-Man, you can basically say there's pre Todd McFarlane and after Todd McFarlane. So and a lot of how you see the web now and Spider-Man drawn is luckily and thankfully because of Todd McFarlane. So Claremont here gives us an interlude and lets us know we're in the West Bank off the Hudson River, an exclusive yacht basin in the shadow of the New Jersey Palisades here. And this gentleman here says, there's Bushmaster's yacht. They say this is going to be the party of the year. Anybody who's anybody is going to be there. And this lady here says, but darling, isn't he supposed to be a criminal? Oh, my hair. And this other girl here, the redhead, says, Crook or no, Jennifer, he's got all of New York and New Jersey high society at his feet. So, and here I think we have Misty Knight here. We got this gentleman here says, Bushmaster, it's almost time. Oh, so sorry. That would be Misty Knight who says that here. And she's looking in a mirror. So, my bad. I was looking at this one here. So Bushmaster says, a moment, Maya. Go on, Shreve. You say this hero will be taken care of tonight? Excellent. And there's no possibility of anything going wrong? I see. You've done well, Shreve. I'm grateful. And you're sure nothing can go wrong. I think that's Misty Knight undercover, but I haven't read these in forever, so you'll have to excuse me. I'm reading them for the first time with you guys. So what's doing, lover? She says, a business matter, my dear. The elimination of a potential threat. A superhero named Iron Fist. Iron Fist, she says, I hear he's a pretty tough customer. And the Bushmaster said, so is the man who's after him, for purely personal reasons. It seems, though, Iron Fist's death will benefit me. Indeed, I'm told our hitman possesses an Iron Fist all on his own. I get the picture. It was Misty Knight. What? Maya, have you gone mad? Not the way you mean, pal, but if I get mad, you're gonna get very dead. A joke's a joke, Maya, but this is no joke. That hit... where's the hit planned for and when? You mean, he means something to you, the Iron Fist. Talk, alright, but you're too late. It's set for Inwood Park, my dear, and it goes down now. And so they come through here, and they're like, holy, Maya Corday's choking the boss. Let him go, Fox. Look out! And she throws Bushmaster. With pleasures, Raoul. And so off she goes. So it was Misty Knight here. Hold it, Maya, you're... on my way off this tub, Buster, and there isn't a body aboard who's gonna stop me. And so she thinks here, easy, hun. Cut loose full strength with your bionic right arm, and you'll kill someone for sure. Bad enough you're blowing your cover. Look, there's Bushmaster's lady friend running as if her life depended on it. And she gets on this boat and goes free here. And she says, free, oh Lord, I'm free at last. No more play acting, no more lies. Maya Corday is finished. I'm Misty Knight again. For better or worse, I'm myself. And this guy here says, she's gone, boss, out of reach. For now, perhaps, Raoul, but put a word. I want that woman found, and whatever the cost, I want her dead. So, alright, so it says here, across the river. and 100 odd blocks uptown. And so there's the cab. It got away from me on the park with no tall buildings up there. It's almost impossible to swim. And so he's there, and Spider-Man says, "I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's still on board." And the cabbie gets scared from him, and boy, am I glad I don't drive. Now about my friend, tall, blonde, clean cut, Robbie Redford type, early 20s. Yeah, sure. I just let him off the corner of 207 and Seaman up by the park. Will you get off my roof? So, off goes Spider-Man because Iron Fist got off in the part that he missed him. And so here comes Iron Fist, and he's here and says, "Thunderer, I accept your challenge. No need to shout. I'm over here, but you're not." I don't understand the moves, the fighting styles. It was Lei Kung's. Why shouldn't my style mimic the Thunderer's? Iron Fist. Lei Kung is my father. Your father and UT, the august personage in Jade, drove me from Kunlun before you were born. Tonight I pay them back by taking both your life and that which is most precious to me in all the world, that which is mine by right, the Iron Fist. And so you can see here, good composition here, showing this guy here kind of towering over him, and Iron Fist kind of almost like a worm's eye view. So I have no quarrel with you, Steel Serpent. It's too late for that, boy. And they both bow. Your fate is sealed of the day you were born. And Iron Fist says, "Perhaps, but if you want me dead, it'll take more than words to do it." And he says, "Then let my actions speak for me here." So he kicks him, and then Danny headbutts him, and kind of complimenting him at how he hits and how hard he hits here. And he says, "A fair move, Iron Fist. You've improved some since our last encounter, which was in Iron Fist 15. I'm glad for that. Will make this a victory worth the winning." So, and a great drawing here. I wonder if he used some photo reference because this looks really good here as he kicks him here. But he kicks back, and so you can see kind of the back and forth here. One punches and the other one punches and kicks, etc. here. And so here is Spider-Man. This is actually cool with the shading on his face here. And Spider-Man says, "Looks like I just hit pay dirt. I followed Danny Randy into Inwood Park, and what do I find? A pile of Danny's clothes and Iron Fist duking it out with some refugee from Enter the Dragon. And this sure doesn't look like a friendly fight either, which is my cue to get involved. But first, leave us not forget our trusty dusty automatic camera. Spidey and Kung Fu. When Jonah sees these pics, boy, will he pop his gourd." So, alright. And so we get a reference here to the Backwards Man when Iron Fist helped Spider-Man in Marvel Team Up 31, which we have not covered, and I doubt we will. So, and so, oh my gosh, I really forgot the main bad guy's name, but he says here, "You're a credit to my father's teachings, Iron Fist, but you fight for a lost cause, because this is a death duel, and murder just isn't in your heart." What? Spider-Man. That's my name, Bunky. Swinging out of these blue of the western sky, all set to save the day, and he stops him here. You can see him grabbing the foot. Get myself in a whole lot of trouble. Hey, let go my foot. And you can see him grabbing Spider-Man here and tossing him here. And he says, "Fool, you should have left well enough alone. Until this moment, Iron Fist had a chance. But with you as an ally, he is finished." and he swings uh, Spider-Man right into Iron Fist here, and then out to this tree here. Oh, that looks painful. Look at this, just twisting of the arm here. Um, and Iron Fist says, "Blast it, Spider-Man! Why did you have to interfere? He was my friend, Steel Serpent. And if you hurt him, I'll make you pay in kind. Uh, I'll make you pay kind for kind. Our duel has gone long enough here, and now I'm going to end it here." And so we get some Chris Claremontisms up here. He just loves to tell us everything, and here you can see um, he's gonna try to put him in a bear hug. Um, and oh no, he Iron Fist thinks he puts him in a bear hug, but it's actually the heart of dragon, and he's like, no. And Steel Serpent says, "Too late, young dragon. The battle is ended, but not the way you planned. Do you feel my power, little man, tearing at your body and soul, backed by the raging fury of my undying hatred? As I've done twice before, I'm draining your chi, your life force, and your dragon spawn power. Only this time, I'll not stop until I've taken it all." And Spider-Man kind of awakens here and like, whoa, it's bright here, and love the rendering, the shadow kind of light in the front and dark in the back here, and all of a sudden you see this cow, and Iron Fist is down. Look at that! Look at that! Oh, that is so freaking cool. John Byrne, very expressive here, kind of like 1 foot up, 1 foot down here. So Iron Fist, yells Spider-Man, "What's going on here?" And Steelclaw says, "I have destroyed them. The Iron Fist is now mine." And so he's going to deliver a death blow, but behind him he sees or the lights of the car. This is Central Park. I don't think you could drive, but I suppose she doesn't. And Misty Knight comes out and says, "Freeze!" and recognizes a Steel Serpent, and she yells out, "Put Iron Fist down, Buster, nice and slow, and then back away." And she's got, is this a gun or is this something else? Because that does not look like a gun. Um, Maybe it's like a ray. And Steel Serpent says, "No, Miss Knight, not for you, not for anyone. And don't think you can scare me with your gun. Even without the power of the Iron Fist, I have the skill to evade your bullets or snatch them out of air. Go home to your cooking, woman." Oh, that's funny. "This stool between warriors, you have no place here. My place is with my man, and you have him. I want him alive." And so she shoots here, as and as for this gun, who said it fired bullets? Now, so it's like a ray. "Now put Iron Fist down and get out. And get out of here, or I'll burn you like I did that rock. Let him go." And so he does. He says, "As you wish. I have the power and his chi. He is of no more use to me. He's not even worthy of killing. Farewell, Misty Knight, and be assured that you and I will meet again." And he thinks here, "Before the night is out, neither you nor your Iron Fist will live to see dawn," he thinks as he walks away. And Spider-Man says, "Man, that's someone I never want to meet again. Iron Fist, you okay, pal? Iron Fist." And Misty kind of pushes him out of the way. She calls out for him. And she's like, "Oh, Danny, oh, Danny." And she holds him here, almost very poetic, just sort of similar to Lois Lane holding Superman when he had passed during the fight with Doomsday, or Superman holding Supergirl during the events of oh my gosh, Crisis on Infinite Earth. So anyway, so it concludes our issue here. Next issue, If Death Be thy destiny. Marvel Team Up 63. Chris Claremont writer, John Byrne penciler. Like and subscribe. I do thank you for listening. Goodbye.